actually. Yeah. Just click on it from Twitch. Hello, Lone Wolf, and hello, Onion Knight. Welcome. I'm just putting this stuff up onto the social medias. And some Stormtroopers. Oh, shit. Alrighty. I'll just connect to this from here. Put that up there. Righto. Alright, let me make that a bit bigger, because it's a little bit small for me to see all the way over here. Oh, whoa. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Okay. Alright. Or actually, we could blow this up. And put this chat back over here. Yeah. Alrighty. So, rolling back over here. Ugh. Alrighty. I'll just hold this awfully, because I won't be on camera much long. Aha! Hi! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. So, we're not doing Baldur's Gate tonight, because I've just been in this weird rut, really, to where I don't really feel like playing video games for, like, just really don't feel like playing them. Like, I play them for the stream, because we're going to do, like, Sea of Thieves on Tuesdays now. And I'm, like, excited for that game. And, like, I do some stuff on World of Warcraft with some friends, but, like, I haven't really felt like just sitting down and playing a game for quite a few weeks. And it was, like, really just getting to me. So, I wanted to do something different here, and just kind of start painting a bunch of my miniatures that I have that are, like, unpainted and unfinished, or, like, stuff like this where just add paint to them even though I don't really need to, but I can and I want because it makes them look cool. So, tonight, once I get this camera set back into place, yeah, get a bit closer. There we go. So tonight we have here some Stormtrooper miniatures. Oh, Maybe. Maybe. Maybe if it will focus on it and not anything else. Okay, yeah. So we have, I have 6 Stormtrooper miniatures. This one is straight out of the box. It's just the plastic boy. I'm not painting him because with miniature painting, it typically doesn't go well if you just put the model paints and all straight off of it, straight onto the miniature itself. The paint doesn't want to stick on there, so you have to use a special paint. Where'd I put it? Here it is. You'd have to put a base coat of what's called primer, and so I have this Corex White from Citadel and Games Workshop, because they do Warhammer 40K. They are the company to go to for miniature painting projects and whatnot. So here is a primed Stormtrooper, and it's just kind of a real thin spray coat of this white, so whatever we paint sticks on there. Let me grab my first ever painted miniature, and he makes me sad because the primer that I got and put on him was actually going bad, and it wouldn't stir properly. And I only found out months later that the paint was wearing off. Here we go. Here we are. So my first ever painted miniature. Bad thing is, that red paint is coming off because there's nothing, any friction will take the paint off of the miniature because there's no proper primer on it. And I was really fucking proud of this miniature. I worked real hard on this wizard boy, and I'll need to go back and touch up on him. But with primer, you get stuff that stays quite a bit longer. That first one I painted probably about maybe 2.5 years ago or so. About then, yeah. This guy was my next painted dude after a few others. My dwarf warrior boy. I actually got the proper primer and all. Primed him, painted him, and then did a few extra things with him, so that the primer kind of stays on there and is all good. My little bard boy. Oh god, I wish it would. Aha! There we go. Yeah, that's sticking up. That's kind of showing them in and out of focus. But yeah. So that's just I've done a few other things. I won't go through all of them right now because it's not a very long list, and there's stuff that I can always touch up, like the boards on the bottom here. I need to do more work on, and this is one of my next projects, but I need to add a few things to him with green stuff. But that's not tonight. Tonight we're here to chill, not worry about anything. We're just gonna paint some Stormtroopers. I chose the Stormtroopers because why wouldn't you want Stormtroopers? that Stormtroopers are nice, easy dudes. So we're all just here for the fun. So what we're going to start with is, since we have the primer, I could just like leave it as is and then like shade in and color in like the black parts between the armor and the blaster. But we're gonna like go through and actually like make them shiny, or what I might actually do is kind of leave them with the primer and color in the black, and then kind of go over a thing with this Nolan oil shade, and kind of give them a little bit more of a grimy look. Like, these guys are outer rim Stormtroopers, and then we'll take our like red ones here later, and we'll make them the like nice, clean Stormtroopers that are like on the Death Star. Instead, these guys are like out on the field in the outer rim planets and whatnot. So they're gonna have a little bit of grime. That's my hope, at least. So I have only 4 brushes to get this job done, and I'm thinking we're only going to be using the 2 small guys for most of the work tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our black paint, shake it up a bit. Oh, thank you, Onion Knight. Digging the beard. I am proud of my beard. I wish I was able to let it grow untamed, but unfortunately I do work in a place with food, so I don't think I can do that. Alright, so I'm going to take these brushes off. Now that they've been soaking good, and get the paint out. Put them in there for now. I need to get like a... oh, what's it called? A dripper to drip the water in for the paints. Doot, 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 doot. Just a little smidge. Ooh, just a skosh. Yo, that's too much. Oh well. We got plenty. Alright. Now, take my spoon. We'll add some water to this paint, because otherwise it's a little bit too thick with lots of C's. So it would just kind of lay on there. We'll thin it out a bit. That way it doesn't start messing up the detail of stuff. We'll use our character brush here as our stir. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Who all's here? Yeah. May have made it a little bit too runny, but I think that will do once we go through and like go through and dry brushing it and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, so there's still a lot of paint all gathered up here on the bottom. We don't want that. Okay. I'll wipe this out. Well, I also have two water bowls. One as a brush wash, which is here in the center of the palette, and the other one is for the watering down of the paint. Hi, Bridget. For a little while, gotta go to bed soon. Alrighty. Well, you won't be missing much. We're just painting our dudes here. So, we'll start with this guy. And since we're really only using black with this, we'll just kind of dry brush onto the blaster first, since that's the thing that will have the most color added to it. Yeah, I definitely thin this way too much. Basically made a shade, a wash. So it'll take a few layers. We're doing good. Paint it on. Alright. So it'll take a few layers for our blaster here to be dark as night as our Imperial E11 blaster. But I think it'll all turn out well. Boop. Oh, I guess you guys can't really see with my hand there, huh? I'll just have to kind of work around my hands. I've never filmed me doing this, so I don't know the intricacies of all of this stable camera. You guys can't even really see me that close. Let's see what I'm doing here. Right now we're just kind of painting layer by layer, really. Oh, I missed. Looks like I missed a few spots on this guy. Oh well. We're not in too terrible of trouble. You can kind of see. Hi, Alex. How are you doing? We're kind of getting that darker gray now. I'm sure this is literally like watching paint dry. But it is all a process. Nothing's ever really immediately done. Alex is doing alright? Alright. Get the top of his gun here. Get another layer. I initially was going to try and have this camera up on this lamp so that you can kind of see it from a top-down angle, but I didn't think that would quite work because the lamp would be in the way. So you'd be like missing half of the view. I'm like, well, that'd be stupid. Why'd I even think of that? Yeah. Look at that. Now, let's kind of start... Now we kind of got that... kind of starting to get that jet black blaster color that we all know and love. Look at that. Maybe. Maybe? Look at that. Yeah, there we go. Starting to pop out there nice and pop well and good. Yeah, you can kind of see where my spray paint didn't quite go all. It's like a weird hand foo I have to learn. Now, like right there on his forearm. Yeah, it didn't quite get on there. But it's not really in a place where we would see it anyways. So there we have our first blaster. Kind of in that perfect shade of black. So let's see. We could go through and really color his fingers, because they are also the fingers are exposed, so they also have the black mesh instead of the Stormtrooper white. I'll kind of apply that to that. Need some more. Getting under the scope is a little tricky. I need like a... What I need actually is like a GoPro helmet or something. Or actually, you know what? Instead of using this this camera stand, I wonder if I could make my own GoPro helmet real quick. That way I'm not getting in the way every frame. So his wrists are exposed. Make sure to get that. He's just kind of got the hand guard going on their hands. Now, I probably also know a little bit too much about Star Wars to really explain myself to people. Well, how do you know that? Well, it's a long, laborious process of explaining why I have no life. Really. Yeah. That's kind of coming together there. Now, the helmet will be the real interesting part, but let me see if I can see if I have any just hats real quick. See if I can't do something probably stupid while I wait for that blaster to dry. To the closet. No hats there of the traditional sort. However, let's see if this would work. Oh god, I gotta screw this thing off of its base though, huh? This is gonna be... Oh. These next few minutes may be a little bit bad for whoever is there and watching. I'm going to be trying to attach this camera to this hat as sort of a makeshift GoPro, so that way my hands just aren't entirely in the way all the time for you guys seeing the camera. Yeah, bad things are happening, Alex. Bad things, bad things, bad things. Release me. There we go. Alright, well, it's not going too bad right now. It could be a lot worse. Alright, so that's off. Well, let's see if this works. Oh! It's falling. Oh god. Oh, it's bending. Okay, let's see. Maybe if we get it at a good enough angle. No, that's not gonna work. Let me see if my first idea actually works. If I clip it onto here and look down. Well, hey, that ain't bad. It's not also good. I thought there'd be a lot more Mickey Mouse in that shot, too. Oh, now there is. Shit. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work either. Or what if, perhaps... if I have it like this... Oh, fuck. Did I do it? Did we make it? Did we make a GoPro? Well, let's see. Now I can't really tell how good it looks without moving my head. So, can you guys see the miniature? Do I need to angle? I think I need to angle it down a little bit more. All right, how about now? Can you see our mini? Doing our stuff? And I get some confirmation from Alex. We could before. Can we not now? Oh! That is an issue, huh? Oop. Okay. Okay, how about now? I cannot look. This good? Man. If Davey walked in right now to see what a doofus I look like, material for days. Okay. So I think we are done with that blaster and his gloves, actually. That's kind of set in there real nice. So, we will go to his... We will go to the tiny, the Psycho Brush, as it is called. There are like maybe 20 hairs on this tiny ass brush. Drip. And it is meant for going into these real tight spaces. Also doesn't really like me at times. I need one of those one hairs. Alex can see the Stormtrooper. Good, good, good. Man, this is a weird stream, huh? Started out with a static camera, now it's just a really bizarro GoPro experience. And I get into his weenus here. Shit. Oh, that's fine. So much white. Yeah. Is it blinding? We're working on all the white for him. I probably need to look down a little bit more so you guys can see them. I'm trying to get into all his things. Blinded by the white. Layer by layer, brick by brick. There we are. Now, don't panic. I'm going to look at the chat to see if anyone is in the YouTube chat. No, okay. There is no privacy here now. What I see, you see. Gary Busey. Da, da, da. All right. Let's kind of move over to his other elbow. Work on that crevice. My hands are a little bit unsteady because holding a brush for so long, doing such minute moves, makes my hands cramp a bit. There we are. Yeah, you can kind of see there. You can see that our primer didn't quite get all the way on. Was it? Oh, I guess I really needed to come from under on some of these guys too, huh? Oh, you too. Fuck. Some of them I like really ham-fisted the primer on. I just needed to put more. Fuck. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, be Cheerio. Hi, Simon. I can see you on the chat. This isn't Tomb. Tomb has many deaths by light flashes. What? We did Tomb last night. Boop, boop, boop. I'll work on this mesh. The Stormtrooper mesh. All right. All right. So we got a little bit of splashing there on his arms, but I think we're going to be fine. So now let's do his armpits. As we try desperately not to fuck up his pristine white, even though we eventually will deliberately. Let's try and keep his armor clean for now. And I almost feel like I should be using the other brush for some of this. Because this one just doesn't have enough like paint oomph behind it. Is the camera on your face? Oh, the thumbnail is the Tomb thumbnail? Oh, I forgot to change that. Oh, well, we'll edit that in post. I didn't have to change it on the Twitch, so I didn't think about it.
Just kind of tickle him with the brush. Tickle, tickle. Iddle, piddle. Alright. Let's move on to this other one. You have to say, though, this is like the cleanest. Like, having the really runny paint has made it oddly the cleanest painting experience I have ever done. Because typically I use a dry brushing method, which is like you get the paint, you thin it just barely, or like you don't, like I originally did and used a lot of paint, and it's real thick. So like, God, I can't use words. Nums. Dry brushing. So like you typically just kind of thin it just a smidge, just a skosh, and then basically you just wipe it all off of the brush. And basically you paint with what is left over on the brush after you wipe it clean, basically. And so like it takes it a while, but it makes it look good. That's what this boy is. This boy is all dry brushing. And so you can kind of see that the silver paint has a texture to it. Gives it a little bit of glitter. A wee bit of wonder in that one. Stormtroopers. Get in there nice and deep. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Get his armpit mesh. A bit more on this side. Go in. Here we are. Here we are. Alright. So, we're probably about halfway done with this boy, actually. Thinking about it. Because, like, since he's all mostly white, we're just kind of filling in where it's not. Alright, here we go. Eyes. Okay, so we get that in, and then I'm actually going to pull the paint back out. So that we could easily just plop it in and call it good. But then it just kind of looks like he's got these black dots on his helmet rather than lenses further in the helmet than they are. So we have mopped that out. Kind of dab it there. I'm just going to kind of tickle his eye holes with this tiny, tiny brush.
So, can you explain how you're doing the point of view? So, the point of view is the camera is on a hat. I have made an impromptu GoPro. Now, it is no regular hat. It is actually my Indiana Jones hat. And I have put it on the bill, flipped the camera behind, like, flipped the camera backward. So, this is where we stand. For being a, like, just chillin' stream, I have done some strange shit to make it work. Oh. There is our eye holes. And I think for these, we will save the like mouthpieces because they're like they have the like black white in there. If you can see their little face there, so we won't worry about that. That I think this will cover. Our Nolan oil. Alright. Now we do our knees. It is I, the bronze kneecap. With my bronze kneecap. So there's not really any thing. Oh, fuck. Anything really connecting his knee back here. So I'm just gonna kind of paint around. Now this goes deep in here. Samuel Friend, it's fancy hat. Thank you.
Not really. It's just kind of a hat and a point. Basically, it's a GoPro now. I can say I own a GoPro in a way. It's more of a Go amateur, I guess. Alright. I have always wondered why one of their legs are different than the other. Like, you see that? They got this, like, cog thing on one leg. And the kneecap is even, like, the kneecap greave is even different from the other one. from the other leg. I'm sure somebody out there has that information of why is this, why is that. Boop, boop, boop. I wish I could pull up both chats on my phone so I wouldn't have to like look like I'm freaking the hell out on you guys looking over at my desktop to see who says something on YouTube. Yeah, nobody. Nobody knew. Bronze kneecap. I never put that and that together before in my mind. It's an interesting thought. The bronze kneecap a superhero villain, or is it a spoof on Goldfinger too? Questions. Alright, now comes the embarrassing part. We must paint the taint. Bad touch. Oh, get back here. Back here, you little bastard. I do a lot of terrible shit today. Man, if only Davey saw what I have done to myself. To get this stream a-going. He'd be both confused and saddened, I think. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Whoop. Whoop.
I'll just paint all this black because nobody will see it. No one's going to tip the Stormtrooper over and look at his taint. Alright. This guy is all coming together, huh? Get another layer going in there. Painting the taint, painting the taint. Bam, bam. Alright, and then for his ankles, they're kind of good actually. They're both kind of covered there. So, now that we have our boy here pretty much all painted in, we will let him kind of over and dry for a minute before we, because I think with the amount of mistakes that I did and whatnot, I will go over with our white paint and you forgot helmet visor. Right, actually, you are correct. My bad. I have to turn in my nerd card now. Actually, here, wait. Let me set this. Ugh. Alright, here we go. Now we have a model here for us, looking all pretty. Oh shit. Oh fuck, okay. We're good. We're all good. Everything's fine. Situation normal. How are you? Not reach all the way around? No, it doesn't. Alright. Coolio. So. The paintbrush will listen to me and not paint where I don't want it to paint. That would be cool. I guess it's all just kind of black, huh? Unless that's also just wrong. Which is also quite possible. Thank you, what is it? Garnakesh? Garnakesh. Thank you for reminding me of that, because I totally forgot about the visor being painted. Yeah, I gotta kind of go back in here and pull the paint out of the eyes again. Yeah, we'll definitely have to go over all this with white. And we'll also get his mouth and chin guard. The Stormtrooper goatee. Oh, damn it. Kind of get some of this paint off of the metal part. Oop. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Now he looks like a Stormtrooper. A little bit more for his mouth. Kind of looks like he's got a big mustache right now. Pull that out. Yeah. Yeah, say, yeah. Little nostril things. We'll get that with the oil. The blue. I could try mixing some paint, but we don't really have a light blue like our model suggests. Okay, that looks good. Alright. Let's prep our white paint here. I'm sure that looked and felt horrible. Get him there. Alright. Our white is a much more liquidy paint than our black. I'm not sure why it's a different kind, but it is. I wonder if it's just good enough as that? Try something here. Let's see the consistency of this white straight out the bottle. Oh no, yeah, this white's perfect. It's not heavy. It's very airy. Fancy that. Okay. Yeah. So now we'll just kind of go through and touch up our Stormtrooper here. Some of this white paint. Guess we'll just all have them be squeaky clean stormtroopers. Why not? The Empire has standards, and those standards must be met. Squeaky clean. Ah, what's on, Alex? What happened to you, Alex? I just got that song stuck in somebody's head, and they're gonna be really mad. Oh, I like this. I like this stream. You're just shaking the paint. Oh, wow! You're really far behind, man. What happened? Boop. Alright. Now we're gonna paint this torso. What are these colored on the back? Those are also dark gray. Okay. Okay. Gonna go through here. Make everything sparkly white. I'll have our pristine Stormtrooper. Oop. Mm-hmm. Treading oh so carefully as to not paint over the black that we spent so much time doing. Probably need to switch to the smaller brush for all this on the face. There we go. There we go. All good things. No happy at well, no mistakes, just happy little accidents. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Whoop. You can kind of definitely see the difference between the primer white and the paint white. Okay. This is not good for my back, but I need to be as sturdy as I can. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. He's a stormtrooper, guys. Let's get their waist guard. And his waist guard here. am really happy with how this is all turning out. Let me look up a picture for Stormtrooper. There we go. Yeah. We are pretty spot on. Okay, that needs to be black, but, well, I'll get to that. Here, we can quickly snag that. While we're here. Before we start getting to his legs and the belts. Yeah, I think that's a white wash, which doesn't necessarily help like a base coating, because you can see it's kind of not quite all even, but a couple of layers of it and will be good. Get another layer for this. Aight. Well, that's first order Stormtrooper. We need like a... Okay, the cylinder is white too. A little cylinder boy. Alright. We will clean that. And we'll brush with it later. Back to the white. I'll kind of clean up. I'll get his back here. real quiet in here. How's everybody doing? Who's left? Got nobody to talk to. I've just been kind of painting. Going crazy in here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh wait, no, those are supposed to be white. Cause this picture here has like a holster that's kind of on his side, but I think those are. But like, he's also got these little straps connecting the greaves to the belt. I think that's what these are. And I've painted one of them. Oh, we can just paint over it, really. It's not too big of a deal, but like... it is just kind of one of those things. Like, oh, but I've done that already. Okay. I guess. I guess it's fine. It's not fine. I'm not fine. It'll take a minute to get through that. Take a couple layers, huh? Let's paint this butt. His good plastoid butt. We're painting the leg of this boy. I think we had some paint go into his, yeah. Fall in the crack. We don't want crack paint. No siree. There's a lot of good room for your balls in these Stormtrooper outfits. Doesn't chafe. You don't want that. You don't want to experience that in combat. Empire's got you. You've got you, fam. This armor's made cheap. I'm made cheap and protect you for only like one shot, but don't worry, it got you. This guy, I'm liking how this is turning out thus far. Now, I didn't think this one Stormtrooper would take so long for us to paint. Because, like, what time is it? Oh, I don't want to paint on my phone. No, thank you, please. Fuck, it's 1? Shit. We've been doing this one one mini for, like, 2 hours almost. For like an hour and a half thus far. Does not seem like it's gone that fast. Shit. Guess we're just gonna paint this one Stormtrooper today. Here we go, here we go. Oh, okay. We're good. Alright, we're literally on the last leg of this project. Here he is, Stormtrooper #1. I think he turned out really well, actually. I mean, maybe that's a little bit biased because, like, I painted him this for these like 2 hours, but for 2 hours, like, our progress is immense. Like, that's fucking night and day. Whoa. That's some night and day shit there, guys. I am astoundingly proud. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the base yet. What I might do... Well, we do have this Nuln oil we have not used. I think. Or maybe... We also have this gloss, which is the same type of stuff, but it's like a gloss look to it. You know, with this base, actually, I'm going to try a little something here. We're going to take our glossy shit here. We're just going to put it on this base and maybe hope that it kind of looks like the Death Star floor. Yeah, the gloss here is like really runny, so that's what it's supposed to do. Make it shiny. What I might have to do is actually just like go through, like go on here and paint this floor that like dark gray, like dark gray, black color, and then put this Nuln oil on here and give it a little bit of shine. I'm gonna make it shiny. You make it all look one way, makes it look a little bit more uniform. Opposite direction. Here. I don't think this Nuln oil gloss by itself is enough. Maybe what we do, because I know this gloss, like this Nuln oil gloss, is good for making stuff shiny, because that's what makes the floor, the boards on this shiny. So let me actually, where's my other brush? There's a fourth one. Aha! Let me color it. Like just a big layer of our black that we were using earlier. Which this actually by alone might be good enough. I was kind of doing that same null and oil thing. Well, so I just leave that be. Get a little bit more here. Paint this. Get this side a darker shade. Yeah. I'll just kind of paint the rim here. The same dark black. While we wait for the top to kind of become shiny. I'll have to go back over that foot. It's flecking paint, bastard. Yeah. Kind of paint this in nice and dark. We'll kind of play with this paint. And we have it dry here. we'll reset our brush here. Get all this black paint off of it. Yeah, there we go. We're just going to kind of put a layer of our black paint here. A bit more, because we just want a nice even coating. All right. Shit. All right. And then we're just going to leave our Stormtrooper there for now. Let him paint. Well, let him dry on that bottom, since that paint is very very wet paint. I think the gloss is not the way. Well, don't put the gloss first, put it second. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him there. You can't see the comparison? Really? Hard to see them both. But yeah, comparison between the two of them there. How's that? I cannot check for your confirmation though. Still need a little bit more work there by the foots, but there's our boys. There's our Stormtrooper boy. Is that up more? Yeah, again, I can't see what you guys can see. Unless I take the hat off like a smart person, then angle it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. And that, I think, is gonna do it for tonight. Just like, what time? What time is it? It's like 11:22. That's about when we started. We started a little bit later, like maybe like 11:30. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty well as like just going and doing a thing. Yeah. So I don't know. Here, let me put this on the thing, maybe. So, oh, there we go. Yeah. How about that? So, what did you guys think of this stream? As just kind of a chill, paint something, try and do something cool, something a little bit different. I think I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Like, as we're kind of coming to a close, because we're not just gonna sit here and watch paint dry, really. What do you guys think of these of this painting stream? Because I enjoyed myself quite thoroughly, and it like lets me finally sit down and paint, because I have so many that I like want to paint. Like, I have literal bags of miniatures down here that I need to paint, but like I was not sure like what colors do I use, what like do I add anything else onto it, because I got this green, well, this stuff called, oh fuck, okay, I got this stuff called green stuff, to where like I rip some of this off and mush it together, and it becomes like a moldable putty, so that I can basically make something and add it onto the miniature, or like, it can be used for like filling in some spaces on some miniatures. What I might actually do next week, if you guys would like to like see some more miniature, like, well, more painting stuff, because I would love to get more into painting. I obviously don't have a lot of colors yet, but that's easily done. Easily bad choices can be made. But what I think I may do, if we do this next week, is I will go through and paint my gnome wizard, gnome illusionist. Finally, have a miniature for him. Let's see, can we get a good close up on his face? No, I don't think we will. He's like on it, so I don't know what else I could do to get him to show up on camera better. There we go. Yeah, no illusionist. What I want to do with him, because I'm going to be using I got the green stuff basically for this one mini, is give him a big stupid mustache and a hat, actually modeled off the one that's the camera is on currently. Something similar towards that, and paint him purple. Like, he's gonna have a very purple and pink color palette. I think that'll be fun. And then I got this shade also, like, specifically for him, so I can color the crystal on the end of his staff. Yeah, I think that's what we might do. I think Thursdays will still be the same. Like, we'll continue with Doom. I just haven't, again, like, felt like video games in quite some time, really. Like, before we were really moving, before we like actually started moving and all, I just really didn't have a want or need or feeling to play games. And me growing up,
I did that. I played games, but for whatever reason recently, it's just kind of not doing it a lot. I kind of just want to like do things. So yeah, I'm like I will. I'm totally down for like playing with friends and whatnot, and talking to you guys on stream and whatnot. But I've just felt like I needed something different, and I think this is a good different. Um, I think that's just gonna do it as my little update for stuff. Yeah, Sea of Thieves on Tuesday. We're doing that because that isn't necessarily like just a game to play. That is a social experience. Um, it's like we're gonna do that. Thursdays, we're I'm still gonna like do Doom. Saturdays are a given. I will never say no to D&D. Um, but I think Sundays like I have most of the day off to do like nothing. Uh, yeah, most of the day off to do just like nothing and didn't really do anything. It feels bad. Uh, then I come home from work. I just needed something new, something new and different, and I think I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Thank you to Alex, Simon, Lone Wolf, Bridget was here, Onion Knight. He's the guy who reminded me about the visor. Gallon Mark? Darren Mark? Let me double check on Twitch. Oh, hey phone. Hey phone. God damn it. Garnakesh. Garnakesh was his name. Yes, him. Thank you all for stopping by and kind of experiencing this mess. It was definitely a mess. But just a little something new, and hope something different, and possibly get you guys into miniature painting, because I do like it whenever I like finally sit down and do it. It's just like the process of what colors do I want, what do I want to paint. So that's why I chose the Stormtroopers, because they're Stormtroopers. You know what they are. They're like very obvious colors. They're Stormtroopers. You know what you're gonna do with them. Either next week I might do Gimbal, my gnome. I might kind of go back and forth between painting like fantasy and then also like Star Wars stuff, because eventually I do want to play the Fantasy Flight Star Wars with my friends. It's just kind of figuring out our schedules, and I have the miniatures for literally anything that we do. Like the ground stuff, I have some miniatures, and I will gladly get more for stuff, and like tiles and whatnot. Ships, I got X-Wing and I've got Armada. Like we've got it. We've got it. So I can make like as cool and as dynamic a thing. I would like to also like soon start using like my D&D miniatures for our D&D streams and like different games that I do, because like we use them on we've used them like at Pulp Fiction for many of our different campaigns over the years for the stuff. But like we haven't really here at the house, because we usually have like snacks and all this other stuff. But I have like that whiteboard now, and while it doesn't necessarily need to be like strategic combat setups, just like painting miniatures and having them out there that's such a cool thing, and I do miss it. That is one thing about 4th edition I really did like 4th edition D&D, is that there were always miniatures. So like you always had something going on. But I'm rambling. I'm done. I'm done for tonight. I will see you guys Tuesday with Sea of Thieves. It's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna do some pirate shit, and it's gonna be really fun, and we're gonna love it. All right, I'm gone. Whoosh. Damn it! I popped up on camera again.